Opinion Chaangur Baba conversions. Why Constitution must rethink religious proselytization. If the 1981 mass conversions of Dalit Hindus in Meenakshipuram, Tamil Nadu, where as many as 300 people converted to Islam in a single day's hocked the Hindu conscience and catalyzed the Ayodhya movement, the recent conversions of indigent Hindu girls to Islam by Chaangur Baba aka Jalaluddin, with the ultimate aim of marrying them off to Pakistani ISI agents in return for monetary allurements, have revived the debate on proselytization. He reportedly has a rate card offering the highest inducement of Rs 16 lakh for Brahmins, and investigation agencies have uncovered evidence of his active links with banks in Islamic nations, chiefly Saudi Arabia. The Hindu religion, though not admittedly monolithic, does not believe in proselytization, which, crudely put, amounts to brainwashing disgruntled people of one religion into switching to another. Christianity and Islam make no bones about their proselytizing proclivities. That said, there are adherents to Hinduism, particularly in the US, attracted by the Hare Krishna movement of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness ISKCON. Gravitation toward Hinduism or its subsets, then, is not on the back of allurements or coercion. This is as it should be. The relevant part of Article 25 of the Indian Constitution Reads 1 subject to public order, morality, and health, and to the other provisions of this part, all persons are equally entitled to freedom of conscience and the right freely to profess, practice and propagate religion. Point 2. Nothing in this article shall affect the operation of any existing law or prevent the state from making any law regulating or restricting any economic, financial, political, or other secular activity which may be associated with religious practice, providing for social welfare and reform, or the throwing open of Hindu religious institutions of a public character to all classes and sections of Hindus. The nub is the word propagate. Why did the Constitution makers expressly use it in Article 25, thereby giving a leg up to proselytization? The Constituent Assembly debates reveal, among other things, a capitulation to certain religions like Christianity, for which spreading one's faith is considered an essential aspect. The right to propagate can also be seen as an extension of an individual's freedom of conscience, the inner freedom to mold one's relationship with God or creatures in whatever way one desires. But has this latitude granted to proselytizing religions become the bane of Indian society? It is well known that Christian missionaries too have spared no effort in spreading Christianity in India, especially among the tribals. To be sure, the freedom to propagate is hemmed in by reasonable restrictions in the interests of public order, morality, health, and other constitutional provisions. The Indian Supreme Court has clarified that the right to propagate does not include the right to convert another person by force or undue inducement. In a catena of cases, including Reverend Stanislaus v. State of Madhya Pradesh 1977, the Supreme Court upheld laws prohibiting forced conversions. In India, people take a foot when given an inch. That precisely is what has happened on the religious front. Proselytizing religions and their zealots have been emboldened to take liberties with Hindu society in the name of the right to propagate. That allurement and coercion are prohibited hardly detains them or slows them down, because such distortions must be proved in a court of law. As a result, money and freebies are used to worm into the hearts of vulnerable Hindus. Foreign funding has only exacerbated the problem. Swipe left for next video. There is a view that the insertion of the words secular and socialist in the preamble to the Constitution by then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, flush with the emergency mindset, has done the greatest harm. But the truth is that dubious honor belongs to the Constitution makers, who wittingly or unwittingly sowed the seeds of the commercialization of religions in India. This damage must be undone with the same zeal with which the special status conferred on Jammu and Kashmir by the invidious Article 370 was ended in 2019. Removing the freedom to propagate religion cannot be cavilled at as an assault on secularism. Let secularism form the bedrock of Indian society, but its distortion by the licentious freedom to propagate must not be allowed to continue. The writer is a senior columnist. He tweets Muralidharan. Views expressed in the above piece are personal and solely those of the author. They do not necessarily reflect NEWS18's views. Latest blogs